Hey everybody, and welcome to What's Going On with Adam Messer. That's me, Adam Messer, and today I just want to talk about a couple things going on. Been working on an article actually with author Mary Kay Andrews about her new book called Hello Summer, and it's another really cool mystery novel. If you check out her stuff, Mary Kay's a really nice lady, and I had the opportunity to interview her for the newspaper, so it's going to run in the Do Savannah Online, and I was just talking with the editor, and he said that it is probably going to run in the Savannah Morning News in the accent section, so I thought that was pretty cool. And in addition to interviewing her for the newspaper, I'm also going to be talking with her on my radio show, and that will air on Sunday, May the 3rd. So if you want to check that out, you can listen to 107.5 FM WRUU here in Savannah, or WRUU.org live during the time 3 to 5 p.m. I think she's going to be on from 3 to 4. And unless she can stay both hours, which I'm not too sure yet if she'll be able to do both hours or not. It just depends on how the day goes. We're going to play it out as we go. But yeah, and then you can check out the podcast later on. So that's some exciting news I want to share with you. Mary Kay, I met her at one of her events probably about 4 or 5 years ago, and I want to give a shout out to my friend Marianne Gannon Popple, because she's the one that helps set this up, because she helps with a lot of different events around town and things like that, and very nice lady, super nice lady, and she was the one to help me set this up to be able to get an interview with Mary Kay Andrews. So shout out to you, Marianne. So anyway, so here is my t-shirt, one of my favorites. It's from Todd McFarlane's The Amazing Spider-Man, and as you can see, Venom is back, and I love this t-shirt. I've been a comic book fan since, I want to say 1987. Yeah, I think it was like 1986, 1987, something like that. But it was, as a kid, I used to love reading comics, especially like X-Men, The Incredible Hulk. I loved the McFarlane Spider-Man issues, and then when McFarlane switched over and started doing Spawn, I used to read that a lot. And Excalibur, I know that was another one. But that's something I want to talk about today is reading and enjoyment of reading. One of the things that I like about reading is the entertainment value of it, the escape value of it. You know, you can get into a good story and you like it. That's the cool thing about reading. There is something for everybody. You know, if you're into sports, there's stuff out there about sports. If you're into, like I got a friend of mine that's got a great story idea, and I can't spill the beans, but if you're a wrestling fan, you will love this new story that he's working on. And that's all I can say about it, because I can't really talk about anything else. But my friend is working on a script for a story. Very cool story. The thing that I like about reading is, there's a lot of different things. So first, you get into a story like with a good author or something like that you like, and you come to find that you enjoy the way that they tell a story. You find that you love the characters. You might hate the characters. You might really hate some of the bad guys, or you might just not really like somebody because of what they do or their personality or something like that. But that is something that I have been rediscovering now, because I've started reading fiction again probably about a year and a half ago. This last year or so, kind of on and off, because I love reading stuff about leadership and self-development and things like that. Fiction, I read a lot of fiction as a kid. Like I said before, I read a lot of Isaac Asimov and Piers Anthony, and there are a lot of different authors, but those are a couple of my favorites from my childhood reading. Lately, I've been getting into, like this week I've been reading The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, and it's been kind of fun because it's set, in Victorian era, and Sherlock and Dr. Watson. And one of the things that I thought was kind of interesting to see was it's written in first person. Like Dr. Watson is the one that's writing everything down, and so it's from his perspective. But the way that Sherlock Holmes is written, the way that the character is written, you feel like you're watching, this movie, and you feel like you're watching everything kind of unfold. And the way that it's written, even though Dr. Watson knows like all the events or whatever, it leads up, and there's like this anticipation that gets that builds up as you go, as you're reading it. So that's one of the things I like. As an author myself, I want to write stories that I think would be fun and enjoyable. So I've been working on The Adventures of Tex Riddle, Space Librarian, and I'm almost done with the first act. I started writing it last Tuesday. No, not Tuesday. It was Wednesday. Yeah, I started writing it last Wednesday, and I finished up a scene last night. And I was kind of dreading writing it because I thought it was going to go one way, and then some things turned around and changed on me while I was writing as the story was unfolding. And although I have different plot points of what I want, I also like the discovery part of writing, where I kind of set the scene and then I watch what the characters are doing, and I document and write down what they're doing. So, their actions and, what they say and things like that. And it was interesting because I didn't expect it to happen like that. And it definitely sets up the rest of the book. So I'm pretty excited about that. I don't know, I haven't set a deadline on finishing the book, but at the pace that I'm going now, I'll be done with the first draft here in probably 2 or 3 weeks. So if that's continual writing. And of course, right now I'm laid off from my job, subject to recall, so I could go back in at any time. But the way it's looking, they're filing temporary unemployment for me. So I'm not really sure when that'll happen. But if they're filing unemployment, it means that we don't have enough work right now for me to work. So I understand, and just got to roll with it. Something that I wanted to share though is the last couple of years working on my writing, I've been thinking about the subject of how I could be more professional with my author career. And this opportunity unfolded where I'm actually able to spend more time working on writing and working on the other parts of being a self-published indie author. And it's been working out pretty cool. I mean, I like it. I could actually see myself doing this full time, if it were sustainable, which there are some authors out there who are financially independent with their writing. I could see myself doing this as a career full time. Until it gets to that point where I'm able to be financially sustained by my writing, for not only me but my family, especially first my family. I'm going to continue to work my electrical work, and I might never switch and transition over from doing my career and going into being a full-time author, and I'm okay with that. But my goal is to just do the best that I can and keep writing stories, keep putting stuff out there, and then keep improving my writing as I go, and connecting with people, and seeing what they think, and helping people along the way. So one last thing I want to share with you before I wrap this up is that whatever you are working on, whatever projects you've got going on, keep working on it. Keep moving forward. And you might not have the resources, but if you're resourceful, you will find a way. Take the action every single day and work on it. And if there's anything I can do to help you, let me know. I'll be glad to help.